What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just going to take you around my garden, show you what's going on. It's just going to be kind of a typical garden tour. Yeah, I've definitely had some troubles with things this year, but overall we're looking pretty good. We've gotten a lot of harvest out of our garden, so let's go take a look. Okay, so first things first is my green stalks, always. All right, and here is the green stalk this week. We have gotten tons of tomatoes. I did have in the beginning of the year, I had a couple of you say that they've never grown anything other than the tiny Tim tomatoes. And this one is a determinate tomato. And so I think they said they get a max of 2 feet. It looks like this one's a little bit taller maybe, but it's gotten a good amount of tomatoes off of these plants. I'm really happy I grew this variety. Next year, I'm just gonna order Greenstalk's trellis system, which will help hold these up because as you can see, they fell over and a couple of them snapped, so I had to tie these up. And these little bamboo sticks just weren't enough for them. These are great for the peppers though. As you can see, they definitely have held my peppers up straight. But yeah, so here is my hot cherry pepper. This is ready to pick. I'm actually gonna throw this in some salsa and see how it tastes. I have another one down here coming on soon. We got our bell peppers. Let's see. And here you guys can see these got that septoria, which I've been battling. I haven't really done much to this plant, anything in this planter as far as spraying it goes. I'm just gonna kind of let it go and trim off the leaves as they come. It hasn't really seemed to affect any of the productivity. They've done really well. We just picked, let's see, probably I would say close to a gallon or two the other day off of just this green stalk. And now we have, that was like 2 days ago, about 2 days ago. And now we have a lot more. So they're coming in all right now, which is sweet. These are the little Tabascos. I took a bite of one of these the other day and oh my gosh, I about burned my mouth off. It was so stinking hot for these. These pack a lot of heat in this little pepper. It had really great flavor too, but wow, yeah, it was hot. Nice little jalapeno. Yep, here's the septoria again. You can tell by these spots right here. And once these kind of break off, it'll go into your ground or into another tomato plant. It spreads really easily and it just demolishes your leaves. But that's okay. I mean, it's not the end of the world and you can still have great tomatoes and it doesn't hurt them. It's just, sometimes it can not be as productive, but I haven't had much issues with that on these tomatoes. So yeah, here's this green stalk. Looking good. We got some hot banana peppers right here. All my peppers are pretty much hot for the most part, other than some of my bell peppers. Here's my habanero. I wasn't sure if this one was gonna have any because it's been really hidden by tomatoes. Looks like we only have one too. Yep. So we got one little habanero. Okay, so one thing with the green stalk is that I learned is to definitely pay attention to make sure it's draining properly. Right here, as you can see, show you, I actually had to take this off. This one was on the very bottom and it got so waterlogged with just water. The soil was super heavy and it wasn't draining out the bottom. And all my green beans in that one had died, pretty much had died. So definitely pay attention to that if you have a green stalk. I'm assuming those holes got clogged, but I'm gonna go through and just probably take out all this soil, re-amend it, and then I'm gonna put it as part of my fall garden, which actually works out really well. So I'll just put probably several heads of lettuce in here and yeah, just do a little fall garden out of it. But I definitely caught it a little late, which is fine. I have plenty of green beans, but kind of a bummer. So here is the green stalk. This is some basil. We've harvested 3 really, really heavy harvests of basil and made pesto 3 different times now. So it's definitely getting used. And in this pocket, and then I have an empty pocket over there, I have planted some purple basil, which is just starting to sprout. I don't know if you guys can see that. And then here's some butter crunch lettuce. It's really slow because it's been really hot here and it just takes a while when it's hot. We've had a good amount of green beans off of here, not as much as in my garden. My garden's been a little bit more productive. This kale is from the spring. Pretty crazy. We just keep harvesting off of it and it just keeps coming back. It's doing pretty good too. This chard is ready to eat. Yeah, we'll probably eat it. We're gonna go camping this next week, so we'll probably eat it when we come back and do some sort of stir fry with it or put it in a pan and with some oil. That's how I usually cook it. But yeah, we got definitely some stuff popping up in here. Lettuce, our strawberries. Hopefully we get some more white strawberries here soon. I think we will. Our other strawberries are just starting to produce. So yeah, there's the Greenstalk. Here is my daughter's garden. We've picked tons of tomatoes off of here. You guys, honestly, I've grown indeterminate and I've grown determinate tomatoes and cherry tomatoes, and I personally get a lot more tomatoes when I do the determinate tomato plants, and they just keep producing for me. They do grow to a determined height, but I mean, we'll have tomatoes here by the end of the year and they just keep coming. I think right now is probably some of my bigger harvests, but I am probably gonna pretty much only plant these as far as cherry tomatoes. I'll probably do a few other varieties that are indeterminate, but I really love these determinate ones. Ooh, look at these cayenne peppers, guys. Woohoo! Okay, so probably when I come back, I'm gonna show you guys how I process these and make cayenne pepper. I've actually never done it before, but I will show you how I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be pretty simple, but sometimes it's nice to watch someone do something. Yeah, we should have quite a bit more red ones. I'm waiting for them all to turn red, just like this one. Our little marigolds. We got some nice old juicy tomatoes. This is the garden that I've really struggled with my tomatoes. As you can see, it's just, it's been really tough. I've had to trim off so many leaves. Yeah, they just have not done as well for me this year, but that's okay because there's always next year. And then right here, we have planted some of our fall garden stuff. I believe I did more carrots here. And then right over here, I did some more beets that are just starting to come up. We have these zinnias that I planted from seed. They're about ready to bloom. I hope when I come back from camping, they're all bloomed. I hope I come back to a garden that is alive and not dead. All right, guys, here's my carrots. These have been amazing. I don't do carrots every year, and I am gonna make it part of my every single year thing because we have been really enjoying these, and my daughters love pulling them out of the ground. These Denver carrots have been so good. They're pretty good size too. They get, I would say, about 6 inches, so they're definitely one of the more common carrots to plant, but they're so sweet. Tastes great. Also, when I get back, I might do this before, but I'm gonna be drying this parsley. You can just cut it and hang it upside down, or hang it and dry it, or lay it out and just make sure it gets a lot of airflow. But I'm gonna probably put mine in my dehydrator. Just a little bit faster process. And then here is some Pink Girl tomatoes. These are definitely ready. Look at these, you guys. Wowza. These look amazing. So I'm gonna make some salsa before our trip with these. I'll be doing a video over my salsa too before we leave. But yeah, these look amazing. These are my pineapple tomatoes. So they are completely ready to pick now. They are so sweet, have such great flavor. They're definitely a tomato that I'll be doing every year. Probably one of my favorite bigger tomatoes. And here's our dragon's egg cucumbers, which we've gotten tons off already. They're pretty tasty. So these seeds are from Baker Creek. This is my first year growing them, and they have exceptional flavor. They're one of my favorite cucumbers right now. They don't have a very thick skin on the outside. Yeah, so they taste really great. They're not bitter at all. And then these are my dragon's tongue bean. Pretty sweet. These colors will get a lot more vibrant too as they get to be more matured, but not my favorite tasting bean. I think the purple beans or the Blue Lake beans right now are my favorite, but they're good. They're good. I'll definitely grow them again because they're pretty cool. Here's the tangerine gem marigold. Got some nasturtiums down here. All right, guys, let's check out our potatoes that I'm doing in these grow bags. Oh yeah, starting to look good. I love these little bags too. If you're growing potatoes and you want to grow them in containers, these bags are awesome. They're just off Amazon, and you can hill them up so you can get potatoes all the way down, which is so great. All right, let's check out our beans over here. My daughter picks these every single day, which actually really helps them because then they just keep producing more and more. But these beans are incredible tasting. They're a purple variety of bean. I'll have to get the exact name for you guys, but they're really good. And they're good plain. I sowed this pretty late, but this is the rat's tail radish. I've never grown it before. So we'll see how it does. I don't know if I'm a little late on it, but we still have another solid, I would say, hopefully 2 months left of garden season before our first frost date. Okay, so these are the dragon's tongue bean going all along here. And they're doing really good. So they're just starting to flower. We've gotten a few beans off of them, but they are, when we come back, we should come back to a bunch of beans. Here is a little butternut squash. I have another nice one over there too. Yeah, these beans, these dragon's tongue beans, they just don't have tons of flavor. They're definitely not going to be like the only bean I ever grow. I'll definitely stick with the purple and the Blue Lake beans. They have a lot better flavor to me. And then these are the Blue Lake beans right here. Just a standard grain bean. Super great flavor. Here's our Little Fingers eggplant. I need to pick this and do something with it. It's about almost the size of my hand. Got another one coming on. These have been majorly overwatered too. In fact, my whole garden has been. I need to lay off the watering. That's one thing I sometimes struggle with is overwatering, but I'm getting better. All right, my beets. They're looking good. They're definitely sizing up. They should be ready here really soon. As you can see, they're getting some more size down here. We have so many pollinators in our garden this year. Look at this. And one of the bees just came out of it. Oh, there he is. They're everywhere, just pollinating our garden, which is so great. We got lots of mint too. I'm gonna harvest some of this and make some tea. I love mint tea. Yeah, so I'll be doing that probably for the next couple days, drying this out. Has really good flavor. I don't know what kind of mint it is, but someone gave it to me, and I think it was my mom that gave it to me, and I've had it for several years. If you're gonna be growing any mint, make sure that you put it into a container, a pot or planter of some sort, unless you do not care if it spreads. It's really easy to pull out of the ground, but it spreads like crazy. It is like a weed. But yeah, which is kind of nice in a way, but definitely put it in the container if you don't have a large area or you don't want it to take over something, because it will literally take over an entire flower bed really quick. But this is on the ground. I actually planted this straight into the ground when I first got it. I've had this for about 5 years, and I do have to continually pull it out, but I don't really mind. It doesn't bother me. I don't have a large yard to take care of, so it doesn't bother me too much, but definitely something to keep in mind if you want to do mint. I love having this little peaceful area next to my garden. These are all pollinating seeds that I threw back here. They kind of bloom at different times, but we always have little pollinators on them and tons of butterflies, which has been really fun to see. Oh, there's a little crystal that we have, or rock. Yeah, we put it right in front. Later this week, I'll be doing my garden salsa recipe and showing you guys how I make my salsa and what I'm picking for my garden and putting in my salsa. But yeah, if you've made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for following along, and I'll catch you guys next time.